So our scan is completed now, and we can see that it is saying that it is completed, and it saved the target, and it is complete. It find one new host, which was our the IP address which we actually specified, and it is also saying that it found 28 new services. So we are going to look into these details, and now we can click the Metasploit table here, and we will see what scan results we found and what things Metasploit actually found for us. So here you can see that it is telling us that one host is covered and 28 services. It found one vulnerability and one application module. So before starting our scan, you could see that there was nothing here. It was everything was to zero, and now once we have scanned, this is showing us a few things. So we can click on analyze here, and we can click on hosts, and it is going to show us all the hosts which it found in the target, and we had only one host, so that will be Metasploitable. So here you can see that it is telling us that this was the IP address and this was the name which we specified, and it is Metasploitable. The operating system is Linux, and yes, Metasploitable use Linux operating system. It is a VMware it is showing us, and it is a server. I told you that Metasploitable is a server and it hosts many websites on it, and we are going to look into those websites later. So it is a server it is telling us, and the status is that it is cracked, and it has now completed for us. So we can click on Metasploitable to find more details about what we found in Metasploitable. So the results are showing up for us, and here are the detailed results. So this is the services section, and you can see that it is telling us that these are all the services it found on Metasploitable. So this is actually very similar to the our Nmap output or our Zenmap output we were seeing before. So it is telling us that there is a port which is 54135, and the protocol it is using is TCP, and the state is open, and then this is telling us the service information, that what service version it is running on it. So we can come down and we can keep looking at those ports, and you can see that it also scanned the UDP ports, because there is a port 44936 and it is a UDP port, and you remember that we checked the UDP scan option there. So it not only scanned the TCP ports, it also scanned the UDP ports. So if we keep coming down, you can see that there are some more options available here. You can click here and it will move to the section 2. So here is a port which is FTP port, and you remember from the last videos that we actually tried to we actually hacked into Metasploitable server using this there a vulnerability which was available or which was found in FTP, and this is the SMB version, and you remember that we actually used this vulnerability to run a code execution session or code execution exploit against the Metasploitable, and then we had the full control of the server. So this is just similar to the Zenmap or Nmap output, and I told you before working on Metasploit that we don't have to go to Zenmap to use scans. So it performed the scans for us. So the second section is the sessions. So once we start a new session and we actually manage to gain access to Metasploitable, the sessions are going to show us here. So I will just leave it now and I will come back to it in a few minutes. So here is the vulnerability section. So it is telling us that Java RMI server insecure endpoint code execution scanner. So what this is saying is that it actually managed to find a new vulnerability which is available in which is present in Metasploit table, and it has also a module listed here that we can use this module to actually hack into Metasploit table. So we will do that in a few minutes, but I will just I just want you to walk through all these options. So here is the credentials, and it is telling us that it actually found two credentials here. So I will tell you that here it is saying that logins. So what this means is that it found that there is a vulnerability, or there are few exposed logins available with in Metasploit table. It is telling us that it is a Metasploit table, and the port is 5432. It is running on this port, and the service name is Postgres, and this is actually a database. So it is telling us that this is the username and this is the password and this is the name of the service. So I will tell you that how we can use these logins to actually gain the access of the database of Metasploit table. So I ran this command earlier, and here you can, I'm going to clear this, and so this is the command. So I am telling it PSQL, which is PostgreSQL, -h is the host which we want to actually gain the access of database to, and -h, sorry, this will be -u, and this is the username of the database which is using. So PostgreSQL, then the host, and then the username. We press enter, and it is going to ask for a password for us, and the password was Postgres2. We can see the Metasploit told us, so I press enter, and now we are actually inside the database of Metasploit table machine. So if I say select current database, and you can see that it is telling me that there is a current database, and the current database is Postgres2. So this is the name of the database which Metasploit table is actually using right now. So we can actually delete the data, we can add new data, we can extract data, and all the SQL commands. SQL is a query language, so we can use SQL commands here, and then we can do stuff on the Metasploit table database. So now coming back to here, if we have any captured data, it will show us here. Nodes are just information gathering nodes. You can just look into them, and they are going to tell you some more information about the server, that what things are happening on the server and what is available on the server for us. File shares tell us that if our target actually shared any files, so it is empty right now. Attempts, if we actually made any attempt to hack into the server, so those attempts will show here, and this is the modules. So one thing I want you to notice that the sessions tab here is actually empty right now, and no sessions are open right now. So we can now do we can now use this vulnerability which Metasploit found for us, and we are going to use that, and then we can hack into Metasploit table just by using the vulnerability which Metasploit found for us. So I don't want you to confuse Metasploit with Metasploit table, because Metasploit table is the server which we are hacking, which we are trying to hack, and Metasploit is this software or this tool we are using to hack into Metasploit table machine. So you can see that there are two types of modules it is showing us. There is an exploit module and there is auxiliary module. So very quickly I want to explain the meaning of this both two to you. So exploit is there are two types of module which are available with Metasploit. So one is exploit, and exploit means that by using this exploit we can actually exploit the system, we can exploit the machine, and we can gain access to the machine. Like we can do different things on the machine or on our victim. But the auxiliary type of the payloads are the kind of payloads which only tell us information about our target. So if we find a vulnerability, and if we find an exploit which is an auxiliary exploit, so if we even run it, we cannot gain access to the system. We will just be able to find more information about the system, and it will be information gathering tool. So we will gain information, and then we can exploit it. So, but right now I'm just going to click on this, and it is telling us that this is Java RMI server vulnerability, and it is a code execution vulnerability which allows us to run our code on this on our target. So I clicked it here, and it will now open up the more detailed information about the vulnerability to us. So it is opened for us now, and we can see that it is telling us that Java RMI server insecure default configuration Java code execution. So it is a misconfiguration vulnerabilities, and that misconfiguration vulnerability allows us to run our Java code on the machine or on the victim or on the server we are actually trying to hack. So in here you can see that there is a name which is saying that exploit multi miss Java RMI server. So when we were using Metasploit on the terminal, you remember that we used to copy something like this from the Rapid7 website, and then we were using that payload or that exploit in the terminal, and we managed to gain access to the server. So if you want to use Metasploit against it, you can just copy this thing, and you can just go to Metasploit in the terminal, and you can say use, and then you can copy this and you can paste this, and it will work the similar for you like we are going to do it right here now. So this is not very difficult, and I told you that Metasploit community is just a graphical user interface of Metasploit, and it just comes with a few more extra features, just like scanning we saw, and it was telling us nodes, and it actually also told us any logins for the database, which we looked here. So now you can read the description of the exploit here, and you can see that it has put the target address here for us by default, so we don't have to say set our host or anything like that. It did each and everything for us with itself. So this is what it did, and then there are few more options, like it is asking us that which payload option we actually want to use. So Meterpreter and command shell or PowerShell. So we are going to use Meterpreter, and I am going to explain this to you later, that what is Meterpreter and what it is. So here is the connection type, and I am going to turn it to reverse, and I told you in the previous video that what reverse and bind means. So I want a reverse payload, and I want a reverse connection, that I want my target to actually connect to me, so I can evade or any firewalls or any antiviruses. So there are some more advanced options you can look into them, but I will just let them the similar. And now there is the run module button, and I am going to click it, and now Metasploit is going to exploit the Java RMI vulnerability for us. So now you can see that it is telling us that the task started, and here is a kind of terminal for us, and you can see that the output is very similar when we were using Metasploit on the terminal actually. So in a few seconds, it is going to open up a new session for us on Metasploitable machine, and the exploit is running for us. And here you can see that a session is opened for us, and it is telling us completed, and it is telling us that workspace Metasploitable progress completed 100%, and this is, you can see that it is telling us that one session is opened for us now. So we can see here, before a few seconds ago I told you that there was no session opened for us, but now we can see that there is a session available for us. We can click on sessions and see what we got there. So here you can see that there is a session open, the operating system is Linux, and the host is Metasploitable 10.0.2.12, and the type is Meterpreter, and the attack module was Java RMI server, which it used to actually exploit the vulnerability. So I can click on session 1, and it will open some more options for me, and it will be and those options will be the options or the things I can actually do with the Metasploitable machine or the victim machine using Metasploit or the session I have opened. So here it is, and you can see that this is the session type. It is a payload Java interpreter, and it is a reverse TCP payload, and this is the attack module. And here are the available actions which I can perform on the Metasploitable machine. So using this option, collect system data, we can collect screenshots, we can collect passwords, and we can click system information. But this option is only available with the pro version, and we are using Metasploitable community, Metasploit community. So I cannot do that here with the Metasploit community. Here is the access file system, and by clicking it, we can see the whole file system of Metasploitable, that all the folders and the file directories, and you can see that there is a etc folder, cd-rom, boot, and all these things, and we can go into these folders and see that what we can find. But right now I'm going to go back, and I'm going to show you another thing. So here is a command shell. So this command shell is very similar to the terminal which we were using with Metasploit when we were using terminal. So I can say sysinfo, and it is going to show the system information for me, and I can say ifconfig, and you can see that it is giving us the similar information which we were getting in the Metasploit, but the only thing is that this thing is even more easy to use, and it has a very nice interface, and it is just asking for the commands we will type here. For example, let's say uname a, and it is saying that it is an unknown command for us because it is a command shell. So we can run commands here and perform things on the target. So here is a terminate session option, and so you can see that we actually managed to hack into Metasploitable machine just by using Metasploit community framework, and we didn't have to do a lot of stuff, and we didn't have to write a lot of stuff. It was just simple clicking, and Metasploit did each and everything for us. So there is a web apps option here, and there is a reports option here, and Metasploit actually allows us to scan it also allows us to scan web applications. So we can scan websites using Metasploit, and it is going to show us this kind of information for us too. And the reports, we can generate different kind of reports using Metasploit against those scans. But all of these features are only available in the pro versions, and you can see that it is telling us that we want to start a new update trial. So I am not going to do it now, but you can start for that for yourself, and you can scan any web applications you are allowed to do so. So this was Metasploit, and you can see that how powerful it is and how easy it is to use. And if you are not very terminal friendly, but I would like you to get very terminal friendly, because this is very useful when you want to do hacking. But you can actually use Metasploit community and do your hacking